So I found this interesting tweet, and I actually want to make an argument about this. So this account called Goddess of War, I'm assuming they're a big Snyder fan, put out this tweet saying if you're defending the villains in these scenes, you need a reality check. And the first picture is one of, if it even loads, one of Superman when he snaps the neck of General Zod and Man of Steel. The next one is this terrorist guy you see at the beginning of Zack Snyder's Justice League that Wonder Woman kills. Now, I actually want to make an argument about this. Every time I argue with like people who don't like the Snyder movies, it's always Superman murdered General Zod. No, no, why would you murder General Zod? Like, yeah, why? Send him to the Phantom Zone. Take him to space. And then even this actually is an argument I saw recently, and everyone's like, "Why did Wonder Woman murder him? What did he do? Why didn't he just take her to jail?" You know, you always. I've been laughing at the voice. All right, so I'm gonna make an argument first for the Man of Steel one, then we'll get into the next one. First of all, we have to remember the comparisons. General Zod is a war-trained, war-bred, who's been bred from his birth to be a combat warrior and to do nothing but protect Krypton and the fellow Kryptonians in the planet. Right? He has far more combat skills, he's far more intelligent, he knows more, and the stakes are more higher for him. Right? And in this fight, all of Krypton's gone. He's crying, he's emotional, he feels sadness that his entire race is gone, that the only person from that race was actually the one that doomed its entire race, and that was Superman. Right? That was Superman right there. Now, Superman. That was his day one as Superman. He's never had any training. He doesn't know how to do combat. All he knows is he has these special abilities, and there are bad guys out there he needs to fight. Why do you think he struggles so much with Fiora L? Why do you think he struggles with her so much? Because Fiora L is also another military-bred combat specialist, while Superman is, like Zod said, where were you trained? On a farm. So the thing is, Zod had the advantage going into this. Zod had the advantage on combat. Also, Superman does try to take this fight to space, but guess what Zod does? He hurls a satellite at him and goes back to Earth. And also, remember what Zod said? It's either I die or you do. And he also promised that he was going to kill every single last human on the planet, and he would make sure they all suffered. He was going to cause the extinction of Earth as a whole. And remember, Krypton had its chance, except Krypton caused itself to explode. Right? Earth still has that chance. Earth still has the ability to continue on with the human race, right? So Superman and even in the fight, you see Superman's constantly trying to throw Zod out. But what does Zod do? He keeps coming back and back and back to Metropolis. Superman was already disadvantaged knowing that he doesn't have the combat skills. He doesn't have experience at all. He's just a young guy from Kansas. That's all he is. Up until that point, at least compared to Zod. Right? And I know everyone's saying, oh, the Phantom Zone, this, the Phantom Zone, that. Imagine if there is imagine this. Let's say this happened in a real world. Imagine a mad genocidal alien coming to our planet, threatening to exterminate every single last human on this planet. Wouldn't you be mad that the guy that stopped him kept him alive? In that moment, in this very moment, in a quick instinct, Superman had to think quick. Either the family dies or Zod dies. And everyone's saying, oh, he could have flown him up. You know that Zod can still aim his fucking eyes, right? You know that Zod can still look down and still zoom them. Remember, Zod does not care about human life. He hates humans. So the argument's stupid. Superman can't really do anything besides kill him. And guess what? One life being taken is better than millions, or not millions, billions of lives being taken. So the argument's already dumb, right? And I've argued this so much. It's like people, this is what I say. The comic book genre needs to update their rule. There shouldn't be a no-kill rule. There should be a no-murder rule. This is not murder. This is a genocidal maniac who's already killed thousands of people on Metropolis. And if he's still alive, he's going to go kill billions. Yes, that's right. billions. And we also have to remember this is Superman who doesn't know much about outside of Earth. All he knows is Metropolis. He doesn't really know much about the Phantom Zone. He doesn't know much about Darkseid and every other being out there. All he knows is that this guy is from his previous planet of Metropolis, and he's coming to try to exterminate his entire race or his entire planet, right? So Superman was left with no choice. And I'm sorry, anyone who argues this is just dumb and deluded. I'm being straight up about that, right? So now let's get into this one. Now this one, the stakes are a little lower. This guy he has no powers. He has no abilities. At most, he just has a gun, right? But at the end of the day, he's a terrorist. He's a terrorist who's about to murder innocent people. And y'all are more worried about him dying. No, I'm sorry. Can I say this right now? Terrorists, rapists, pedophiles, murderers, all these people. I don't care what anyone says. They all deserve to die because you bring no service to our Earth. You do no service to communities. You do no service to our entire human race. So why should you still be kept alive? Right? And it's not like this guy was innocent. No, he was about to murder innocent women. Most of them were women, right? And kids were there, right? And I will say this is lesser than this because Zod was going to go exterminate the world. This guy was just going to kill these innocents, which is still murder. I don't care what you say. And yeah, Wonder Woman could have easily just broken his gun, could have jumped him out, but who fucking cares? The guy dies. And you know what? That's what real heroes would do that. Real heroes are going to go kill the actual truly evil people. Right? And that's what I'm saying, right? And so that's my argument. I don't care what anyone says. I'm sorry, but if you're going to use a no-kill argument on me, remember, Batman lets Joker live. And guess what Joker does? Kill hundreds of people in Gotham. He murders people in Gotham. No prison can keep him, right? He's broken out of Arkham so many times. Do not give me this bullshit of, no-kill rule. It's like, no, at the end of the day, who fucking cares? Right? I'm sorry. In the real world, if Batman allowed Joker to just kind of roam around like the way he's been able to, right? People would actually will start calling out Batman. They'd be like, Batman, you're not doing anything. This guy is still out there killing, and you could stop that. However, you choose not to because you have this moral code. Well, guess what? The real moral code should be protecting people, right? And if we want to go with this argument about the moral code, okay, military people have to kill bad guys all the time. How do wars happen? How do you think the country of America we're in happened? Because we have military people who go to war, right? And that's how we stop wars. And a hero would stop bad guys. Now, I'm not saying, let's say this guy just robbed the bank and he wasn't planning on murdering the women in there. Let's say that happened. There, I would be like, okay, Wonder Woman, let him do his process. Go take him to jail and then boom, that's it. All right? But if I learned that this guy was about to murder multiple women and multiple men too, multiple innocents in general, I would be mad if Wonder Woman didn't at least kill him, or at least at minimum strap him and like take him to prison. But I'd rather him die. I don't care. He brings no use to the world besides killing innocents, apparently, right? It's like that's why I love about the Zack Snyder movies. They are far more realistic. He brings a more realistic tone to them, right? If Superman was in a battle in Metropolis like this, he would immediately be judged by the entire world. The entire world would take him to court. They would want to ask questions about who is this being. Some people would see him as a god. Lots of people hate the Jesus Christ references, but the thing is, that's how the world would see him. Some people would see him as the second coming of Jesus Christ. Some people would see him as the bad guy who could possibly murder the entire planet. Some people would fear the power. Some people would worship the power. That's how the world would work, right? And the thing is, Wonder Woman's job is to stop this guy from murdering innocents. And she did that. Who cares how she did it? She did it. Right? And the fact that people defend these scenes, because I will say no one's defending the villains, obviously, but the fact that you're defending, the fact that you're arguing that this is immoral, what's more immoral? Superman snapping one guy's neck, or this guy going out to exterminate the entire universe? What's more moral? Wonder Woman killing this one man, or this man murdering innocents? That is the question that needs to be asked, right? Hey, at least she kept the hat available. At least, the hat didn't get ruined or anything. um, But yeah, I mean, there's a comment that I wanted to read. Oh, here's Static Path. He says, nobody's defending them. That is true. With Superman, he could have took Zod and threw him back into the Phantom Zone, which was what was originally going to happen. And Snyder said it wasn't cool enough. And with Wonder Woman, the dude ran out of ammo. We're not going to go with what could and couldn't happen. Let's go based on the movie we got. In the movie, remember, Superman is not really familiar with the Phantom Zone. All he knows is that Zod was locked up there for a while. That's all he really knows about the Phantom Zone. Right? And also, Zod escaped the Phantom Zone. He escaped it. So why would Superman put him in a place where he's gonna escape? Right? And also, in that moment, we have to remember that even though he was in a chokehold and he was to fly him up or something like that, Zod could still aim his eyes and laser beam the family there. Right? And it's so stupid, man. And Snyder said it wasn't cool enough. And with Wonder Woman, the dude ran out of ammo, and instead of capturing him, she blew him out the wall. Who fucking cares? What do you think he ran out of ammo? He was about to murder innocents. What the fuck do you think he was gonna do? Right? Who cares? Do you really think a guy who's about to murder children should still be alive? No. And guess what? The dude would have probably still gotten the death penalty. Who fucking cares? Right? Oh my god. It's so funny, man. This is so dumb. This is such a dumb argument. This is such a dumb argument. I'm fine if you don't like the movies. I'm fine if you don't like the versions of the characters. But to say that Zack made them murderers, no. He made them heroes who were actually doing what heroes should do. The comic book panels aren't, or at least the ones from back in the day, they're not realistic. I'm sorry. Superman's only crisis wouldn't be saving an old lady's cat from the tree, That's not the only thing Superman's going to do. Superman's going to fight terrorists. Superman's going to fight wars. Superman's going to stop actual guys who are trying to be murderers. Same thing with Wonder Woman. Same thing with Batman. Same thing with this. Same thing with that. Although with Batman, it probably wouldn't be outside. It would more be Gotham itself. Right? But it's such a stupid, godforsaken argument, man. So fucking stupid, bro. Right? How could Kal have thrown Zod in the Phantom Zone? Again, remember, the only knowledge that Clark has of the Phantom Zone was it was a prison that Zod was in, but Zod was able to escape it. That's all he knows. He didn't know exactly how it worked. Right? And it's a day one Superman. This is his first time doing this. And it's so dumb. It is so dumb. But anyways, you guys let me know in the comment section down below. What do you think? Do you agree? Disagree? Whatever it is, let us know in the comment section down below. And I'll see y'all in the next one.
Where do you go to? Where do you go? Where do you go to? I wanna know. How do you do it? That thing you do. Follow you blindly. I'll be your fool. Cinderella, I think I'll find your glass slipper, baby.